It is one of the big nights on the RevPro calendar, the traditional year-ender Uprising, and it came to Cardiff's Vale Arena this past Sunday. All 4 RevPro championships on the line. What an afternoon it was in the Welsh capital. And it was an afternoon that began with 3 young talents from Cardiff getting a shot at the new sons of Southampton. Shane Hook, Tommy Vrill and Josh Holley taking on the team of David Francisco, Kelly Six and Josh James. Francisco's group no doubt hoping to assert their dominance, but Shane Hook embarrassing David Francisco, catching him in a small package to secure the upset victory for the Welsh team and getting Uprising off to an electric start. Over the past few weeks, it has been explosive. Whenever One Called Manders and Ricky Knight Jr. have been in the same building as each other, they went one-on-one at Uprising. 2 men who simply do not like each other, and it showed. But Manders was the one who got the better of it, securing the win over a defiant RKJ as One Called Manders set his sights on the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship headed into 2026. Next, the first of 4 championship matches at Uprising. The undisputed British Cruiserweight title on the line. Joe Lando making his first defense of that title, having won it 1 week previously. Lando with 5 different opponents in this 6-man scramble match. Leo Rush, Leon Cage, Will Caven, Robbie X, and Lando's own CPF tag team partner, Danny Black. Lando ultimately able to hold on, cling on to victory. And after the match, Leighton Buzzard, who had joined the commentary table for the match, was an unlikely peacemaker between Lando and Black. At Buzzard's urging, a fist bump between the 2 CPF members. That was all we got. There are still, no doubt, tensions within CPF, but Joe Lando, bottom line, is still your undisputed British Cruiserweight champion. Alex Windsor has vowed to go through every member of the Cutthroat collective so that she can get her hands on the new leader of the group, Sapphire Reed. Reed was ringside as Anita Vaughan took on Windsor in Cardiff. And in the closing moments of the match, it looked as though Windsor was going to secure the win with the sharpshooter. Sapphire Reed not prepared to let that happen, jumping into the ring, attacking Windsor, forcing the disqualification. And after the bell, Vaughan and Reed launching an assault on Windsor. Another member of the CTC, Mercedes Blaze, joined the brawl. And Nina Samuels, who last week in London had offered to form an alliance with her former enemy, Alex Windsor, helping to even up the numbers somewhat, as an uneasy understanding between Alex Windsor and Nina Samuels seems to be forming. Next up, a great heavyweight showdown between 2 men who have both been undisputed British tag team champions in the past. Mark Davis back in RevPro to take on Trent Seven. And a very even, highly competitive back and forth between these 2 men until Davis's tag team partner, Kyle Fletcher, with a surprise intervention giving Davis the upper hand. And a minute or 2 after that assist, a couple of pile drivers from Davis, enough to put down Trent Seven. Dunkzilla marking his return to RevPro with a win. Undisputed British tag team titles were on the line. Up next, the Young Guns, who've been champions for 9 months now, taking on Cardiff's own Greedy Souls. A lot of people going into the match thinking that Danny Jones and Brendan White may well be a threat to the Young Guns, unlike any they have seen so far. But just as they have done time and time again, Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen proving the doubters wrong. Yet another victory for the Young Guns, who have proven this year to be among the most dominant tag team champions we have ever had in Revolution Pro Wrestling. Next, a dream match for Nino Bryant, a chance to get championship gold back around his waist with a shot at the AEW National Champion Ricochet. Bryant more than lived up to the occasion, and in the final few moments of the match had several opportunities to win it until Ricochet was able to cause confusion, getting the referee in harm's way, and amidst that confusion getting a variation of the Spirit Gun on Bryant to secure a quick 1-2-3 and cling on to that national championship. After the match, Ricochet hit Bryant with an unnecessary low blow. That brought Leland and Xander Bryant into the ring to defend their older brother. And Xander took out Ricochet, swept his legs, and unleashed an assault on the AEW National Champion, who was taken aback by the fury of the middle Bryant brother. And so to the latest chapter in one of RevPro's most enduring rivalries. Michael Oku one-on-one with Connor Mills 3 years after their last one-on-one showdown. Oku returning to the ring after a knee injury, an injury that Connor Mills looked to exploit throughout this match. But it was Mills' viciousness that maybe cost him in the end, hooking in the ankle lock, bridging backwards as we've seen him do multiple times recently, but it seems Michael Oku had seen him do that as well. Oku with the counter, hooking the arms into a backslide, securing the 1-2-3. It is now 4-0 in Oku's favor when it comes to singles competition in RevPro between those two. Headed into Uprising, it was approaching 1 full year since Mercedes Moné became the undisputed British Women's Champion in January. And Moné proving she is a fighting champion when she put the title on the line here against Rio by putting on the line not just the undisputed British Women's Championship but 2 other titles as well in what became an epic match against a woman in Rio who has been on a tear here in RevPro during the second half of 2025. Rio came perhaps closer than anyone has come to dethroning Mercedes Moné, the package pile driver, getting the nearest of near falls for Rio. She tried for a second one, couldn't quite get it, and Moné able to hook in a pinning predicament to secure a successful title defense by the narrowest of margins. Then to our main event, the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship on the line, a direct rematch from Live in Lyon back in October as Shah Samuels defended the title against Jay Joshua. Joshua in his home city in front of family and friends, determined that it would be a different result to what happened in France. An emotionally intense, dramatic confrontation between these two, but finally Jay Joshua getting the 1-2-3 and fulfilling his dream. Jay Joshua, the new undisputed British heavyweight champion. But no sooner had Joshua won the title than he realised what a target that draws on his back. Before Samuels had even left the auditorium, the music of One Called Manders started playing, Manders making his intentions clear, and he wasn't the only one. TK Cooper jumping into the situation from the crowd, and then one more name throwing themselves into the hat. That of the Grand Slam winner, Michael Oku. It is clear that Jay Joshua will have his work cut out. Challengers coming from all sides as he heads into the new year as the new undisputed British heavyweight champion. What a night it was at Uprising. We head into what promises to be another history-making year in 2026. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.